Hello, hi. This is Cairo from DTLEADERSHIP. I have today a very interesting webinar to share about customer profiling. Right. This is an important topic because as the pandemic unfolds, we are going to have a change of customers, and this is an interesting topic as well because we will soon find out some of the customers that have been buying from us may stop buying from us, and you're probably going to have a new type of customers, and you would like to find out who are these customers, and probably try to look at your previous customer and see what are the new needs that you could find. And in this presentation, in a webinar, I'm going to share with you a few case studies, what I call moments when you get it right, and the damage when you get it wrong. Right? It's only purely to put the topic in perspective. Yeah? So I think I want to be more objective on that because I might step on some minds here, especially when I try to look at the aftermath or the damage side. But again, these are based on my experience and information that I get from the net, and also my own comments on social media a number of years ago. So we try to put that in perspective here. Let's get going. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put up a share screen. I know there's some, okay, for the purpose of the audience here, because we're doing it live, um, mute your mic so that everyone can only capture my voice. And we can have another questions. You can have questions, put it in the chat box so that you'll be able to uh, have your thoughts inside that. And I will handle that questions later on, yeah? So since this is recorded live, so I truly hope that we all can have a collective agreement to have the mic mute, so that we can have a good recording. At the same time, you'll be able to enjoy the little things I want to share here. All right? Can you show me a thumb? Good. Thank you. All right. Let's get going. I'm going to share now. The sound. You can see some familiar faces here. It's great. Nice. Good. All right. This is great. Put this down. Okay. All right. I'm going to take some of this up. Some of this up. Good. All right. So I think you could see from the screen now. It is designing customers' profile, moments when get it right, and really it's damaging if we get it wrong. Yeah. So this topic is useful for large companies as well as smaller organizations and also entrepreneurs. Yeah. Later, I have my own views about how entrepreneurs could make a pivot or some iteration on their customers. Yeah. So I'm going to also introduce you some a tool from design thinking toolkit that you'll be able to use for this purpose. Yeah, great. Let's get going. A little bit about me. My name is Khairul Anwar. I started a company called DT Leadership 6-7 years ago, and I'm into design thinking, innovation, and leadership development. Yeah. I have a small team, about 3 or 4 of us, and I have another 4 of us who are on part-time. So we help clients in helping them in their coaching and training on innovation and leadership development. That's my personal blog. Uh, Go and see them. I write quite a bit other than what you see on LinkedIn or Facebook. Thank you. This is a company called DT Leadership. We do two things on focus. One is design thinking and complementary innovation tools. As the needs of innovation unfolds, there are more and more tools and techniques on this area. So we help our client on design thinking, on running sprints, agile, helping them business model canvas, culture of innovation, and also game thinking. And we also have coaching using Marshall Goldsmith technique approach. We also have our own coaching called Fast Innovation Coaching. And we also do run what we call psychometric profiling for our clients. This is our client records. So we work with airline, autos, telcos, logistic company, fund, banks, FMCG, quite a broad customers. And these are customers that are working on innovation and digital transformation. So we work with about 50 plus clients, around about more than 150 workshops, reach out to more than 7,000, about 8,000 people now. So come to the topic, how many customers profiles do you have, right? So remember, in business, we actually have more than one customers, yeah? And we have a few customers, not just one, right? We have several type of customers, right? And we want to know how many of them do we have. So I will give you some examples how for you to look at this. Yeah. So there are times when you want to target certain customers. Yeah? For example, like in these pictures, it turns out these could be your target customers, right? Most of the time, that's how we think. But like I said earlier, I have a different approach, particularly for entrepreneurs or even for large companies, as you are launching some products. What if your initial customers that you target was actually this one, or maybe this one, but it turns out that the one that we're buying from you is this one. Isn't it interesting? Yeah. So in other words, what your product have been prepared, the messaging, the communication for this group of people failed. They're not buying from you. And it turns out these people that you didn't target somehow love your product. Yeah. So for example, like retail product. Yeah. I know a chocolate company come up with a new chocolate to target a premium chocolate eating segment. Yeah. So it turns out that the more they market to the group didn't pay attention to them. The group still prefer the other premium brand called Ferrero Rocher. Yeah, in Malaysia, particularly, Ferrero Rocher is considered premium, although it's retail. So, retail premium. So, in other words, interestingly, when they find out further about the segment that they are wanted to target, particularly this one, these two that they target, they say, no, they still feel the chocolate that they want as a retail premium is Ferrero Rocher. Yeah, Ferrero Rocher. Yeah. And the one that's been buying from them actually couples. Lovey-dovey together because the chocolate packaging, messaging somehow attracted this group of people. Yeah. But not these two, which they have been targeting. So because of that, they had to change back all the messaging and relaunch chocolate because they realized that they have been attracting different kind of customers. And a lesson for businesses is this one that I want to point out here. We need to reach out to people that have been buying from you. Yeah. Instead of worry about how come my target group didn't buy from me, we need to reach out to people that have been buying from. In other words, for that company, instead of putting more money to attract unresponsive customers, they stopped that campaign and started to look for this customer that have been buying from them. Yeah, and this is a great example how we need to treat our customers, and we will grow later the target market that we wanted later on. So what happened is, sometime in business, I noticed that we spend too much time and money to please the customers that probably don't want to buy from us. Although the product might be useful for them, but if they don't see it, forget about them. Yeah. And if your product later on grow further, and you can look back to these people. Yeah. And if you fail to grow, then you have a problem, because you might close your shop down, and that's bad altogether. And because of this, that's why we need to target customers that have been buying from us. And this is a lesson that we need to take heed. And that's why we need to know our customers' profile, so that we will be able to know, oh, to target this one, but we get the other, but we target the other, but we attract another group. Like, for example, Myvi as a car, it attracts a lot of female drivers. A lot of female, okay, imagine that, a lot of female drivers love driving Myvi. And they had Produa from Zaman external view. They had to make a lot of adjustments into all the features in Myvi to attract more women, ladies to drive the car. It's very convenient. No? They have Myvi at one time. It's the car on the road. They have a lot of fancy features. They are more advanced than other lines, even the CBU line, Intel features. Their price a little higher, but it attracts a lot of women driving the car, because why? It's very convenient. They have a lot of pots, a lot of hooks to hang stuff. They have some handbags locked inside the car. The mirror is huge, it's spacious inside. The camera behind, I think there are 2 cameras, very convenient, very sensible as well at the same time. So customer profiles. Now, next thing is about how do we profile customers. So this is a topic that I wanted to bring today. So this is an example of customer profiles for Twitter. All right, so Twitter have 6 customer profile. If you look at them, one is a newbie. So Twitter designed their features on the platform based on these 6 customer profiles, or sometimes we call them, some call profiles, some call persona. You can Google these 2 names, you will get some insights about this. So one is newbie, for example. So this is the thing that they want. Understand, the moment someone is new to Twitter, their goal is to understand how it works. Someone who is in the brand, they want to observe, small, how to tolerate these people, how to block this one, how to follow, and how to adopt. So this is what I call customer profile. Simple, very highly visual. And because of that, Twitter is one of the most used platform as a social media. To be truthful to you, I still don't get Twitter right. Maybe I'm one of those. I understand the features, but I just don't have the knack of using Twitter. I'm more inclined, more responsive on LinkedIn and Facebook. I haven't tried TikTok yet. I wanted to, not yet. And this is an example of a customer profile for Mercedes-Benz, right? You could see that in the Mercedes-Benz customer profile, this guy, you could see from their profile, it's the magazines, modern, urban, live jazz, like to go to steakhouse. So this is typically how we do customer profiling. Yeah. But again, this is the old way of doing it. But you have something here, but this is the old way doing it. But what we wanted to work on is a new kind of customer profiling that is more modern, that is more capturing what we want as a business, and also truly understanding what are our customers' needs and wants. In today's business, the customers are very fragmented. Yeah, you will have a lot of small customers, certain big one and small one. So you want to target all these people and you want to know who has been buying from you so that you'll be able to attract them, you'll be able to engage them, you'll be able to retain them as your customers. Let's look at the next example. This is another one from Burberry. Yeah, this is a modern brand and it's very popular in Britain. And Burberry also has a typical customer profiling. Yeah, they have the demographic here, social class, the income, what they like, and these are the children's wear, what they want for their children, what their life cycles. So again, these are the old way of doing it. I'm going to show you in a short while how to do it in a modern way, and we'll be able to capture the essence of your customers and also would-be customers, right? And this is an example from Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is the queen of social media. Yeah, this is Taylor Swift, and she apparently is really good at the younger generation. And apparently, as I did my research, I find out that this is her way of attracting the customers. Digital. Yeah, this is a digital toolbox. That's why she is loved by the younger generation because she has a plan. She does this because she knows her customers. You could see from a customer profile, these are strangers, these are visitors, these are leads, these are customers, these are promoters. You could see from Taylor Swift customer journey here, they have a different stage. They are deal differently. Yeah, and it takes a long effort and a hard look. How do we design this? So for Taylor Swift, apparently she got it right. And the thing is, how do you profile your customers and design a different way of attracting them so that you'll be able to engage them and retain them as your fans or customers? Yeah. So let's take a look at this. And this is how an example and aftermath how when the customer profiles are ignored. Yeah. Again, like I say, I want to make a stand that this is I want to do this objectively. How a local example, because I was part of the observer of this particular organization when they launched some of their solutions, which later they got it wrong and it became damaging to the organization reputation for a while. Yeah, this is a name that is familiar called PTPTN. Yeah. PTPTN is the loan agencies from the government. Way back before 2018, the government from PTPTN as an example, they provide discounts. Yeah, 20% discount if you pay lump sum. I help some of my close relatives to get this discount. Simple, you went out, go to their center, you pay in full, you get 20% discount. Yeah, this was before 31st December 2018. There was an election sometime in May after that. So the moment that happened, after election, the government changed. PTPTN initially was in one of the agreement to be abolished, but it didn't get done. But they came out with the blanket. Remember, the keyword is blanket solution to do a salary reduction, or called potongan gaji. So this is the amount, the quantum, and this is the salary range, and this is the amount they plan to cut, or rather, credited back to the PTPTN. So what happened was, this created a furor in the social media and the customers. When I saw this, I was shocked to learn that this is a blanket solution, which shouldn't be done, because when I was helping a relative to work on this, I realized I was also a PTPTN borrower many moons ago, about 15 years ago, but I've paid them back within a few years in full. So when I was helping my relatives, I realized that PTPTN has several types of customers profile. Yeah, let me explain. So this is some of my old posting about what I saw in PTPTN, and it happens to be, if you could see that, this is my posting back in 2018. One of the most popular idea I put here is about employer repaying PTPTN loans. Yeah, a lot of ideas when I run innovation program. Many of the ideas pointing into this direction. And in fact, I was trying to work with one organization to design a new way of looking at student loan. And I also put up in my own private group called F Club. There are few POVs, point of views or persona of PTPTN borrowers with different needs and pain points. It'll be good to establish that instead of one size, it shouldn't be a blanket approach. And one of the POVs at the time I was looking at, one is people who pay on time. This is one type of customers. And defaulters, this is another type of customers. And there are people who are paying in between. This is another type of customers. And each of them should be treated differently. So this is where I think the problem came, because of the blanket must pay regulation from salary deduction created the aftermath. And because PTPTN has such a large amount of borrowers, and many of them are graduates, younger students, they take it on social media, which I'm not going to explain or touch here. I just want all of us to look at the customer profile subject. Let's take a look at this. And this is a tool I would like to share called Persona tool. Yeah, Persona tool is a tool where you put the customer at the center here, yeah, and you try to understand about their thinking and feeling, what they have been hearing, what they're saying, what they're doing, what are their pain points, what are their gain points, what they've been seeing. Yeah, let's take the PTPTN as an example. So in other words, assuming the PTPTN example going to be our model here. So we need to first highlight the customers that have been, they are seeing, for example, here, let's take number one, what they've been seeing. Yeah. For example, they've been seeing that a lot of defaulters, they've been paying, but they see a lot of defaulters. So what are their feeling? They feel unfair. And what I've been hearing is flat cut, blanket, yeah, through salary reduction. And what I've been saying and doing, and they cannot do anything about it because it's going to be by the government, but they need the money because they are using it to pay for their kids or their moms and their family, and these are the pain points they've been having. They need the money. So in other words, let's say they pay every month 100 ringgit. Now with the new scheme that were introduced, they need to pay 200. So this is a double amount. They're not happy about it. And what they gain, they didn't gain anything from that. So this is again what I call one type of POV. Yeah. So this POV we call pay small amount. They pay small amount. So what happened is when PTPTN runs, look at their database, look at the statistics, they will find a lot of information. Yeah. Some of the information they will find out that there are people who probably you could see in on the net, they probably have issues with certain payments, for example, and they're one who doesn't mind taking extra. They're one, for example, this group of people they've been paying a lot, and these people have to be treated differently. Yeah, and for that reason, then from my research in PTPTN situation, they actually have 5 types of POVs. They have 5 types. Yeah, so let's look at them. So this is the part where PTPTN need to have a right customer's profile. And in this situation, what are the right customer profiles for PTPTN? Let's take a look. So here, these are the one person who is pay small. This is one POV. And this another POV, pay sometimes. This one, they don't pay. And then another group here, pay more. And another customer segment, pay all. Yeah. So there are 5 types of customer profile, and each of them, by using this tool, you must have a 5 persona tool or POV tool. Use of this each of them, you're going to create one for them because each of them has to be treated differently so that you'll be able to generate a better solution for each of them. And the moment they do this, the moment I do this on research for PTPTN, I realize that the one that they really need to penalize is probably this one, which probably a smaller group, probably I think this one, I think within 20 to 30%, maybe together with this one, 40%. I'm not sure, I don't have the right figures, the updated one. And the rest, they should maintain. In other words, if ever an organization like PTPTN would like to penalize or ensure stringent payment, they should have that scheme only for this group of people. Yeah, take their passport or disallow them from traveling and all that. Make sure they pay online with all the schemes, salary deduction or whatnot. Yeah, all these group of people, and only then this group of people feel what we call fair. If you are in that situation, what would you do? What would you feel? You have been paying and yet you've been penalized. And that is not something that would deem fair. And in the modern society, fairness is key. Honesty is key. Yeah? So these are what we call the tool POVs and persona. You can use this tool at any time to look at your customers. So how would you use this tool? For your current customers, you use the same way. So in your current customers, after the MCO, you want to find out their pains and what are their gains that you could be offering to them. You want to find out what are they thinking and feeling, what are they seeing. Now, how can you support them? And then what they've been hearing. And by doing this, you'll be able to have a few more customers, new customers that you probably never thought of, establish, and probably these customers will require different kind of solutions, different kind of services they never thought of. Take for example, in the MCO and PKP, the easiest example for an F&B industry, they probably have a great food. This is their customers. But the moment the PKP arrive, they realize that their great food is not enough. They need someone to deliver the food. And this is a new delivery type of customer who buy from Food Panda, for example, who buy from Grab, for example. So what if this F&B restaurant or hotel didn't see this new need? They will probably be losing a lot more businesses. And on the other side, they have more people here that probably buy more of their food through the delivery. They probably go for catering. It's probably a new way, new customer you never thought of, because they like your food here. The moment after the PKP ended, they want to buy your catering. So this is again another kind of customer. And remember what I said earlier on, expand our reach to the customers that have been buying from us. Look for the adjacent customers around that area. Yeah, in other words, if they've been buying from you, find a homogeneous customer and approach them. You are likely to attract them and slowly grow your target market later on. You need cash, you need money to grow your business. So this could be one approach that you could take to profile your customers and grow your beachhead so that you'll be able to grow into your customers that you wanted. But again, if the customer that you've been servicing give you enough profit, good revenue forward, you should stay. And probably you can launch another lineup to attract the customer that you always wanted. Yeah. So I hope this has been helpful. And so we call how do you design customer profile. And I'll be doing another new webinar on designing employee experience soon. How to redesign and reimagine using a behavioral model. This will be something that you should be looking forward for the new normal in employee experience in companies. And the next one will be the Alpha Innovation Team. This will be another one on corporate culture, innovation culture, why corporate culture is dead. Build innovation culture instead. So looking forward for the next session. Take a QR code, give us feedback. I'm learning as well. I wanted to know who has been listening, who has been getting stuff, getting this message, whether they find it useful or not. I'm learning myself. Give us a feedback. And thank you so much. See you again in the next webinar. Bye-bye. So I'm going to take some questions now. I will click stop share and I can attend some of those questions. Thank you. All right. Let me see. Right. Thank you. So I could see some question here from Jason. Okay, Jason. Okay, so Jason asking, what is the ideal number of customers? Okay, they are okay. I think too many will be too much. Yeah, if you could have 3 to 5 persona profiles, that is good enough for you to work on. You can cluster them later on. For example, a digital channel, you have a few kind of digital channel. They buy of certain value, dollar amount, or certain product lineup. So digital is one. Or maybe, for example, like fashion. Fashion, for example, is being disrupted as well. Those who go to the mall, those who buy online, those who like made to measure and stuff like that. So 3 to 5 is good enough. Okay. The next question is, yes, should we put every profile in? Yes, you should have a separate profile for each. do simple one first. Just use sticky note or do digitally. You can take the one that I showed just now and do something, but just pause the video and you should be able to copy them, or later maybe I can just put in my blog. You can take a look at them later on. Right? Yes. Good. Is that all? Yes, you should bring, okay, who should be doing this? Thank you, Rosanna, for this question. Um, involve as many your colleague in your office as possible. Yeah. Find a facilitator. We can do this job for you as well to facilitate this. Yes, because you wanted to have more interaction, more information. Rich information can only be found when you meet, you bring in different heads into the session. Yeah, don't just do it with the marketing team. Just don't just do it with the sales team. Bring people. No, engage, have a session, open up, get people to exchange, bring ideas. Come on, this is 2020. Post MCO is tough, seriously. So you don't want to lose out on right information. Okay. All right. With that, thank you so much. I hope to see you again in the next session. This is Khairul Anwar, helping people get back on their feet is good economics. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.